How you guys doing out there? My name is Kyle, and today we're going to be talking about the horror comedy film Get Out, which is directed by Jordan Peele. The film tells the story of Chris and Rose, a biracial couple. Chris is African American and Rose is white. And for one weekend, they go to visit Rose's parents at their very mysterious estate. But once Chris learns its very dark secrets, he'll have to literally fight his way to get out, but can he? Now I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. This movie scared the hell out of me. Get Out is honestly one of the most terrifying movies I've seen in recent memory. But what makes the movie so good is its great jabs at modern society, and how racism is still very prominent today. Now before I continue, this movie also had a personal connection to me because I'm actually biracial. I have one parent who's African American and I have another parent who's Caucasian. And with the African American side of my family, I've been told plenty of stories of how they felt uncomfortable being the only person in the room who was black. So it does make a bit of a personal connection with me, and I think that might differ from a lot of other people who have talked about this movie. Now I gotta say guys, as a directorial debut, Jordan Peele blew this movie out of the water. He did such a great job directing this film. It's a perfect blend of horror and comedy. It works so well in this film. I think the performances in this movie are really good, so let's talk about them. The actor who plays Chris, I believe his name is Daniel Kaluuya. I'm sorry, man, if I mispronounce your last name because I've never heard of him before. But what I will say is that he did a great job in this movie. There's a lot of emphasis on his facial features and body movements and gestures, whatever you want to call it. And I honestly think he nails it in virtually every scene. There's a lot of silence to his character because you don't know 100% about him, but there are times where he is just weirded as shit about what's going on. Catherine Keener and Bradley Whitford portray the parents of Rose's character, and I think they both did a really good job. They both have their moments to shine, and while I can't spoil their motives, I can say that the movie does get very disturbing once the main plot kicks in. But before that, I like the fact that Bradley Whitford's character is introduced by immediately taking jabs at President Trump and while praising Obama, because when you see their house in the opening scene, you notice that there are also African Americans present, and they look kind of odd. But at the same time, we're all asking ourselves the same question. Are these people racist? Why do they have black people there working as their slaves, quite possibly? Let's talk about Allison Williams, the actress who played Rose in this movie. Oh my god. Guys, this performance scared the hell out of me. She was terrifying in this movie. And while I can't necessarily explain why, I think you guys know where I'm going with this. But honestly, guys, I think this is one of the best film debuts for an actress I have seen in years. But honestly, guys, the comedy aspect really kicks in the fifth gear with the actor who plays Chris's friend. This guy was hilarious. He made me laugh every single time he was on screen. He truly is the comic relief character, but what he said was absolutely hilarious, and it's very memorable. I still remember almost everything he said. I also want to praise the lighting in this movie because I think every single nighttime sequence is lit to perfection. I could see everything that was going on, everything they wanted me to see, and not trying to spoil anything, but there are a couple of hallucinogenic scenes. And I think every single one of those scenes is directed so well. While I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm definitely going to be getting the Blu-ray, I do have a couple of flaws, so let's talk a little bit about those. I think the second act is probably my least favorite act of the three. Because for me, it got a little bit repetitive with the dialogue, and I think for about a 5-minute period, the pacing kinda was a little bit rocky. It was a bit uneven. But luckily, once the third act started, man, they really picked it up. But I think the second act could have been a little bit better. I feel like the dialogue could have been tightened up because it started to feel a little bit repetitive. There were a couple of jump scare moments to literally make you feel wow, and then all of a sudden the tension kind of was relieved. So it didn't really go anywhere, and usually jump scares for me are a bit disappointing because it really is just a sound effect and nothing else. But I think my biggest issue with this movie is the ending. Because I will say, guys, the ending to this movie is really satisfying. It's very satisfying when you're watching it because you're like, yeah. But the last 5 minutes of this movie, I felt were just okay. And the way it ended, I wished it was longer. Now, I really don't want to spoil anything, and I've said it so many times in this review, but I honestly believe the movie ended very abruptly. And if it was 10 minutes longer, I think it really would have helped. Overall, guys, I really enjoyed the film Get Out, and I will definitely be buying it on Blu-ray. I also do apologize for the lateness of this review. I did see this movie over a month ago. I just had so much stuff that's preventing me from talking about it, but now I finally reviewed it for you guys. In the end, guys, I'm going to give Get Out an A-. So guys, what did you think about the film Get Out? I'd love to hear all those comments, so send them in the comment section below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching my reviews. Thank you guys so much, and stay tuned.